Powerlifting is a sport composed by three main disciplines called lifts. They are, in order, the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Each athlete has 3 attempts with 1 minute per attempt to start the lift. There are 3 referees, and each of them give a white light in case of a good lift and a red light in case of a no lift.
The athletes are separated per weight, age, and sex category. The sum of each of the best attempts per lift builds the total, and the athlete with the bigger total is the winner. In case of a draw, the lighter lifter wins.
The squat is the first movement of the competition. On that lift, the use of the legs and the back is extremely important. Once the athlete stands erect with his knees locked and the bar on his back, the central referee gives the squat command. The lifter then bends his knees and lowers his body until the top surface of the legs at the hip joint are lower than the top surface of his knees. He then comes back up, locking his knees and hips in order to complete the lift. The central referee will then give the rack command, and the athlete has to put the bar on the squat rack. There are 3 main mistakes to avoid in order to not have a no lift on the squat. First, if the athlete isn't standing erect with his knees locked at the beginning and at the end of the squat event. Second, if the proper competition depth isn't reached at the bottom of the movement. Third, if the athlete doesn't complete the lift with a single upward movement, meaning if the bar goes down during the ascent of the movement.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EPF YouTube channel. We are live from Pilsen, Czechia for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. This is the second day of this whole championship. My name is Alexandre Nodin and I am here joined with Ivan Eracem.
Hello Alex, top of the morning to you.
It's going to be a good day of powerlifting. We're going to close out the sub-junior with this morning's flight, and we'll kick us off the afternoon with the first flight of juniors. So this morning we have the 83s, the 93s, 105s, 120 and 120 pluses, 2 groups, 3 weight classes. The very first group is starting now with the 83s and 93s. We have openers ranging from 172.5 to 330. How about that for an opener?
Oh, that looks like a very impressive opener. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Hoping to see some records get broken today and some great champions to be crowned. First opener belongs to Fabian Costa from Great Britain, 172.5, already a 7.5 kilo PB.
Well, these are the sub-juniors. They make quick gains.
The duo coached athlete made sure he had depth, and there'll be 3 white lights, 8 good lifts.
A very nicely executed squat to start off the day. Talking about the 330 you mentioned, that's going to be in the 93 kilo category, and it's 25.5 kilos off the world and European sub-junior records. So danger close even with the opener.
Absolutely. Staying in the 83s, we have Rex Thomas from GB 175, a 2.5 kilo PB attempt. PB obviously stands for personal best in competition. If he's opening with that weight, he's already done more training. Easy work for the lightest of the group, weighing in at 78.55.
That's barely an 83.
Waiting for the left side.
At that same remote that is struggling and killed with suspense yesterday is still not working, so flags are up in the air. One
One red.
white, two, so 2 to 1.
Good lift.
A good lift.
A blue light from the right-hand side
Bar is
referee.
loaded for Estonia, Rico Pal.
And next out is Rico Pal from Estonia, 185.
Pal is opening at 185. Lifters to follow: Hawkins, Kovacic, and Vizcan.
That was a speedy opener.
Quick.
Pretty fast squat.
Good.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. He's on the board.
For Pal. Coming out on the platform next, Thomas Hawkins, Great Britain. And the bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Thomas Hawkins from Great Britain, 185. That's a 15 kilo personal best attempt for the 18-year-old.
Oh, he has certainly made some big gains.
Above his personal best.
Let's see it.
Yeah, looking nice and easy.
Back-to-back snappy openers, 3 white lights, a good lift.
It's a good day. Next up from Slovakia, Jan Kovacic. Opening at 200 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Next out, we have Jan Kovacic from Slovakia, 200 kilos. The second 93 to open.
An interesting thing here, he's opting to use knee sleeves and a squat suit.
Good lift for Slovakia.
And not the best bar path from him. Maybe a case of
Also from Slovakia,
nerves on the
Andreas
first
Vizcan.
attempt.
Opening at 210.
Just slightly tipping forward
Yeah,
in the
with
middle
the
part
hips
of the
kicking
lift.
back. And do you think he'll put on some reps for the other attempts, or?
We'll have to see, maybe he just prefers the sleeves.
Ukraine,
He has
Lithuania,
every right to do
Poland,
so.
Norway, get ready.
But of
Now
course,
to Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia, 210.
of course the reps do provide significantly more support. But if you just don't like it, and you can squat without them, why not?
Great control. And that same unofficial up command we've been hearing. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Coming out next, Oleg Kostenyuk, Ukraine.
In equipped, it is very different from raw in terms of feeling of your overall body. And with the reps, it's very hard to feel whether or not you're deaf.
Bar is
So
loaded.
usually the coach tells the lifter when he can push up.
Let's go.
Absolutely, coach in equipped being an even more useful tool than in raw.
Yeah, because putting on reps alone is pretty much impossible. Oleg Kostyuk from Ukraine, opening with 225.
That looked really nicely executed.
Quick descent and strong up.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Next up,
I think this is what you want at open opener. Just setting the standard for yourself for the day, feeling the rhythm of the chief referee for how long you need to stabilize, present the bar.
And honestly, so far, I'm really happy with the techniques of these juniors, with how they are able to master the suits, the shirts, even at such a young age.
Yeah, for 16, 17-year-old, it's pretty impressive. Same weight this time for Tomas Vilkisiewicz from Lithuania, 225.
Nice and easy for an opener.
That was really speedy, but unfortunately not deep enough. A 2-1 with red lights from the center and right hand side referees.
It was difficult to judge from afar, but this is what I thought I've seen it from him.
And we're loading up 240.
It does look a bit high, unfortunately.
I think he's right about on the limit. He doesn't need to go much deeper, but just slightly to get those white lights.
The last 3 openers, we have 183 and 293s. This one's 240 for Jan Golak-Soka from Poland. That would be a 10 kilo personal best. Just like that, 3 white lights, a good lift.
Another fairly speedy opener.
In the round from Norway, Jonas Ole Skår. Opening at 290.
The second to last opener goes to Ole Jonaskar from Norway, 290. With apparently a lot of support from the crowd.
Well, the Norwegians have brought quite a large team here to this championship. And it's great to see some support among teammates.
And I'm not surprised to see some strong sub-juniors out of Norway. They have some well-known lifters that have paved the way for them. Wow. Beautiful opener, 3 white lights.
Just about perfect execution. For a moment there I was afraid he wasn't going to reach that, but if he just went a couple inches lower.
That was crazy. Amazing opener. And talking about amazing opener, we have Mykola Odunov from Ukraine, 330. Just 25 kilos off the European sub-junior record in the 93s.
Been competing since he was 11.
That's a crazy stat.
Certainly an experienced lifter.
What can we expect from him? That opener will tell us a lot. It's speedy, was it deep enough? Well, a bit of suspense here, why not? 2-1, a good lift, so lack of depth for the chief referee. And it opens the door for a jury intervention.
Well, it was definitely there or thereabout. We'll see if the jury says anything about it.
Keep in mind, when the referees on the platform aren't unanimous, it leaves the door open for the jury to intervene. They'll need to be unanimous inside the jury to overturn the decision that's been taken on the platform. The first round is now closed. We are opening the second round with Rex Thomas from Great Britain, 182.5. It's a 7.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB. And he's one of the rare lifters that opts for flats for squat shoes. In equipped, we usually see heels drops, whatever you call them, because it makes for more knee flexion, so more use of the wraps. And as you can see, flats usually equal a wider stance. It's the case here for Rex.
Seems to be working quite well for him, but we'll have to wait for the lights. It's 3 white lights and a good lift for Rex.
Great Britain. Next out, Fabian Costea, Great Britain. 182.5.
Next out is another athlete from Great Britain. Making a 10 kilo jump is Fabian Costea from 172.5 to 182.5.
There's the follow, Paul Hawkins Kovacic.
And you can see he's wearing heels. Not the biggest drop, but still. And a narrower stance than his fellow. And he tips forward. Usually you ask for the lifters to stay with the bar. Not so sure what happened for him.
We'll see on the replay what exactly happened. Probably just a loss of balance. And when you're in the suit, it's way harder to stay with the bar.
And he completely tilted forward. I mean, it's a human reflex, but usually you really want to get under the bar and stay under the bar.
And that is to prevent injury both to you and to the spotters.
They've been doing such a fantastic job, these spotters. But back to the action with Rico Pal from Estonia, 195 to match his PB with a 10 kilo jump.
That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
Looks like he's due for a PB today.
The bar is loaded for Hawkins. Let's hear it for him. Got some great support in here today.
Bar is now loaded for Thomas Hawkins from GB from 185 to 195. That would be a 10 kilo personal best.
And
another case of a lifter that tilts forward here.
Next out, Kovacic from Slovakia.
But he stayed with the bar.
he managed to stay with the bar, but it's so hard to keep control if you just slightly miss any part of the lift.
I think his spinal erectors weren't as strong as he needed them to be. It wasn't really technique here. Now on to Jan Kovacic from Slovakia from 200 to 210, pacing for a PB, just 5 kilos under it. And still going with the knee sleeves.
And it seems to be working.
And even though he's wearing sleeve, he still squats in a true equipped fashion. And to the one, a good lift.
Next also from Slovakia, Adrian Stiskal.
Very careful, very slow on the way down. And then he bounces up, very explosive.
The bar is loaded.
Bar's now loaded for Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia, 220, a match PB.
right about on the limit, getting the command from his coach to stand back up, and it's 3 white lights and a good lift.
Next out, Ole Kostenyuk of Ukraine.
Technique's looking great here. Next out for a 7.5 kilo jump is Ole Kostyniuk from Ukraine.
Let's go.
17 years young and been competing 7 years. How about that for Ole?
And a super speedy squat.
That's a new personal best for Ole.
3 white lights. Next up we have Domas Vitkevicius of Lithuania. Got revs on the
He really
depth.
doesn't want to be higher than this.
But he has now increased
That
up
is
to
good.
242.5.
He's good for 2 for 2
And
for
the
now.
bar is loaded.
Now, the only lifter that's yet to be on the board in this first group, Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania. He missed 225, lack of depth. He's still opting to go up to 42.5. That would be a 42.5 kilo personal best in competition.
Well, that is certainly impressive.
Is that too greedy of a move?
Oh, we'll see.
Or did some magic happen in training? That looks deeper.
That looked a lot better.
Strength
And
is
there's the 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
And these are well deserved.
Well done. Next out from Poland.
His first one was not particularly problematic. It was right about on the limit, a matter of a few centimeters, and he got those extra centimeters. So
Yeah, that one was unquestionable.
The bar is loaded.
Now walking out to the platform is Jan Golak-Soka from Poland, 255. He opened on a new PB of 240, jumping 15 kilos.
Good save by the
not
spotters
quite there.
No
We'll
lift
see on the replay
for
if it was
Poland.
just an
Next
error
out from
or a
Norway.
strength issue.
Jonas Ole Skår.
With equipped, sometimes it is very hard to determine which one it was. Could be a case of both. Might be technique here. That's my bet.
I think it might be a combination. We'll see if he can recover on his third attempt.
Down to someone that surprised us with the speed of his opener is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway. He opened with 219, jumping 20 kilos to 310. That would be obviously a new PB of 15 kilos. Still moving great. Impressive speed out of Ole Jonas. 3 white lights, a good lift.
And the Norwegian crowd is really hyped up today.
Exceeding his personal best by 2.5 kilos in this attempt.
Back-to-back 93s on the platform that are showing out. It's Mykola Odunov from Ukraine. 347.5. Hoping for this one to be lightning fast so we could see a European sub-junior record attempt. Bar is loaded for the Ukrainian.
Oh, the 330 moved extremely well. So if he executes this properly, I think we're in for a charge at the record.
Considering he already has 7 years of experience, I would expect him to execute properly. I want to see a record attempt, so this one needs to be fast. Come on.
And I think it is. We'll just wait for the lights. It's a 2-to-1 good lift with a depth hold from the right hand side referee. We will wait for the replay. We can see how much on the limit it was. What do you think?
I think it's a bit high, but that is only my opinion. I only get this angle, so it is in the hands of the jury. So for the time being, leading the 83s is Tomas Vilkevicius from Lithuania with 242.5, and leading the 93s is Mikola Odunov with 347.5, with a whole last round of squat to go, starting off with Fabian Kostea retaking 182.5.
Reattempting 182.5, so let's help him get this one. You can do it.
This time he stays with the bar, is able to push through.
Let's see.
It's going to be a good lift.
He white lights a big effort, and he manages to do it on his second try.
187.5 kilos. Followed by Hawkins, Pal, and Kovacic.
He changed a bit his technique to try and stay more upright, not to tilt forward, and it worked. Another British, Rex Thomas, 187.5, a 5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB. That same routine he's been repeating so far. When third attempts comes, you really don't want to change what's been working for you. Come on, that is deep enough. That was very deep.
No lift for Great Britain, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten just slightly dizzy there.
Next out, Thomas Hawkins, Great Britain. 195 kilos.
I went just deep enough, but unfortunately a no
The bar
lift.
is loaded for Hawkins.
Bar is now loaded for Thomas Hawkins from Great Britain, retaking 195. Great corrections made by Thomas Hawkins. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Much better execution than the previous attempt. And I think there might have been some kilos left there.
Now it is Rico Pal's turn to attempt his last squat. It's going to be 205, a 10 kilo jump.
And Rico Pal.
That would be a new personal best of 10 kilos for Rico. Come on, fight for it. Just not quite there. Slightly too heavy for Rico. No lift.
Yeah, I think he got just slightly thrown out of position at the very bottom. We'll see again on the replay.
Coming out next from Slovakia,
Just
Jan
hit the hole
Kovacic.
a bit too hard, perhaps.
Yeah, I think the speed with which he bounces back up is what
The
threw
bar
him off.
is loaded. And the next group
Bars
have
loaded for
4
Jan
lifters
Kovacic
left
from
to change
Slovakia
their
from
orders.
200 to 210 to now 220. A 20 kilo total increment for a 5 kilo PV attempt. Shaky on the way down, he works for it.
Yeah, he was really shaking there.
Beautiful.
A sign of true effort.
And a good lift.
And he gets 3 white lights,
Slovakia's Adrian Stiskal coming out for
so that'll be 3 for 3
230.
in the squad event for him.
And the next group have 3 lifters left to change their orders.
Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia,
For
also
Stiskal.
making a 20 kilo increment from his opener to his third. It's gonna be 230.
It is looking like there's going to be a scrap for the final place on the podium in the 83s between Stiskal and Kostenyuk. So Adrian really needs every kilo he can get. And that seemed to be just about perfect.
It's a good lift for Slovakia.
That's why he's going to be judged 3 white lights and a good lift.
Kostenyuk of Ukraine,
Undeniable squat once again.
going for 240
Great display of
kilos.
technique during all of his 3 attempts.
2 lifters left to change.
Now to
the
go
orders for
from
the
a
next group.
bronze medal to silver medal for the time being. Oleg Kostenyuk from Ukraine, 240 kilos.
Let's hear it for him.
3 more squats to go in the 83s and 2 in the 93s. Come on.
Manages to get it up. And it's 3 white lights and a good lift.
So for the time being, he is in silver medal position. He has a guaranteed bronze medal,
And this is the last lift
but
to
we
change
have
orders for the next
Jan
group. The bar
Koleksoka
is loaded.
that is going to surpass him with that attempt. If he manages it, it's going to be 255 for the Polish.
255 going for the second time for Gavlak Soka.
We were questioning whether it was a case of technique or strength for Jan during his second attempt missed. We've seen lifters regain and correct. Why not him? Come on.
Come on, you got it.
Looks a lot better.
Let's hear it.
And that is 3 white lights. He's going to be taking home the at least the silver,
Next group.
or no.
Next up, we have Domas
Gavlak's going to be taking home the
Lithuania.
squat gold.
Going for
Vilicius is the
255
same weight, so even if he matches
in his
the
personal
255
best, the
right
bar
now,
is loaded for
he's going to be
Lithuania.
staying in silver.
Yeah, the medal positions are guaranteed. That is bronze for Kostyniuk, gold for Golak Soka, and Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania is going to attempt 255 to collect some kilos, but he already has silver guaranteed. He's going to get it. Yes, he is. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Just about manages to grind it up. And we have 2 very exciting squats remaining.
Both in the 93s. We have Ole Jonas Skar and Mikola Udinov attempting respectively 330 and 357.5. So back-to-back 20 kilo jump for Ole Jonas Skar from Norway. That would be a 20 kilo personal best.
Kom igen.
20 more kilos on the back to manage.
Den har du.
And with the speed of his second attempt and the control he had, it doesn't seem to be too big of an ask.
He just needs to do it properly. Seems to be no problem. We're gonna wait for the referee's decision, and it's 3 white lights.
That was a proper squat.
And that looked like he could go up another 10-15 kilos.
He's been very strong, very technical so far. Great show in the squat event for Ole Jonas Skar.
From the Ukraine.
And now the screens are announcing a world sub-junior record attempt for Mikola Udinov from Ukraine. 357.5. He opened with 330, forgot to struggle, went up to 347.5, was slightly more work, 10 more kilos onto that for a world sub-junior record attempt.
And judging from his first 2 attempts, this seems very much doable.
He would not only chip it, he would break it by 2 kilos to be the best in the world in the squat event. Mikola Udinov. And he just might be. Yes, he is. New world sub-junior record for the Ukrainian.
And what a treat for a morning session.
He lights up the stage with that squat. Congratulations on a new world sub-junior record. And with that, he obviously takes the gold medals in the 93s. In silver, Ole Jonas Skar with 330. And in bronze, Jan Kovacic with 220. The podium in the 83s, bronze medalist Oleg Kostyniuk from Ukraine. Second place in the squad event goes to Tomas Vilkevičius from Lithuania. And with 255, but lighter on body weight, Jan Koloksoka takes gold. That was a great group of squatters.
That was an amazing session.
We'll be jumping straight into the next group. 3 weight classes, the 105s, the 120s, and the 120 pluses. We have respectively 4, 2, and 2 lifters in these weight classes. So not a podium guaranteed for the 105s, but if each of the 120 and 120 pluses can score an attempt, it's a medal guaranteed.
The bar is loaded.
Absolutely, but they still have to make an attempt.
And the first one to open for this group is Dragos Briscan for Romania, 210.
That is a super wide stance.
The foot in front of the rack, but 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next lifter also from Romania, Romeo Lage.
But why not? I mean, he has such long femurs. He's trying to optimize his levers.
Absolutely, you have to find the squat stance that works for your body type, for the construction of your frame. Get the optimal leverages, get the best feeling.
The bar is loaded for Romania.
Another Romanian on the stage, but this time in the 120s, is Romeo Blaj. He's opening 2.5 kilos of his registered PB. And he just drops down into the hole. And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, interesting technique. He controls the bar about halfway down, then drops it, pops back up, and finishes the lift.
It's like he really makes sure is in the correct position, then drops to benefit from the elasticity of the reps.
The bar is loaded for
And
pull-up.
just like that, he gets back up.
Mariusz opening at 230
Back in the
kilos.
105s with Mariusz Hosek from Poland, 230 kilos.
Lifters to follow, Wilcox, Lavno, and Kudmarczyk.
The clock is ticking. When the chief referee and the speaker announce that the bar is loaded, you have 1 whole minute to present the bar and receive the squat command.
He has half of that minute remaining, so plenty of time, I hope.
That's a proper opener for Mariusz. 3 white lights. He's on
Yeah.
the board.
Really looks nice and easy.
Next out on the platform from Great Britain, Hector Wilcox, opening at 255.
We're staying in the 105s with Hector Wilcox from Great Britain, 255.
The bar is
And the bar is
loaded.
loaded. Great control on the way down. Also slightly dropped down at the bottom to benefit from the reps. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Great Britain.
Drops just slightly, but overall a very controlled lift.
Ivan Lavno of Ukraine.
Keeping the
Lifters to
optimal
follow,
positioning
Kudmarczyk,
all the
Novak,
time.
Vatnamot.
4 more openers to go, and this one's the last one for the 105. Ivan Lano from Ukraine at 260.
The bar is loaded for Ukraine.
A bit of shock on the back to prevent the bar from rolling around. It makes for more friction.
Very strong.
Lovely opener.
Yeah, another beautifully executed attempt.
3 white lights for Ukraine. It's a good
Once
lift.
again, controlling the
3
bar
minutes to go in the
about
first round.
70-80% of the way down. Just dropping slightly to get the stretch from the suit and the reps.
Be followed by Novak
Standing
and
it standing it back up.
Vatnamot. The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Jakub Podmasik
Slovakia.
from Slovakia, 270. The first 120 plus to open. Oh, he almost lost balance at lockout. Overextended his spine.
Remember to exit from the back of the
We'll see again on the replay.
It's a good lift. We have 2 lifters
With
left.
that kind of
Now
weight
we
on your
have
back, you really
Czechia.
don't want to overextend. Here you see the bar tipped backwards a slight bit.
Yep. You need to keep
The bar
control
is
of the
loaded.
bar at all times.
275 kilos for his
Better
opener.
to do it slightly slower than to not do it at all.
And the second athlete in the 120 plus is Fit Novak from Czechia, 275. Wow.
That was very easy.
3 white lights.
3 white lights. And
Next out
I think
we
he's going
have
to
Norway's
destroy his
Magnus
registered personal
Halvorsen.
best. It was not far off with this opener.
and he's not using a squat suit. That's a regular SBD singlet and just wraps. Yes, he doesn't need it.
Built different.
Built different.
Record attempt.
That would be me if I competed in equipped. I just use wraps.
Now Magnus Vatnamot Alvorsen from Norway, opening with a European sub-junior record, 350. The European sub-junior record by now is 328, so not just chipping it, but destroying it with this opener. And the world sub-junior record in the 120 is 365.5. We are one jump away from Magnus, but first set this European sub-junior record.
He probably did the record like 328.5 in the warm-ups. And now
That
he's
sounds
coming
likely.
out. Now he's coming out for the real play.
Kom igen.
I like the Norwegian would say it, play fair, play clean, play true, but play for records apparently.
That moved very easily, but we wait for the lights. And it's 3 white lights, a new European sub-junior record. And I think we are well in the territory of a world sub-junior record.
Absolutely, I would not be surprised if the second attempt is a world record attempt. But we have everyone on the board in all 3 weight classes, the 105, 120s and 120 pluses. We're gonna see who can make the biggest jump, who can grab the gold medal in each and every weight class in the squad event. The second round starts with Dragos Briskan from Romania, 217.5, 7.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best. Once again, he makes great use of that wide stance squat. And we're missing 1 light. The right hand side referee. 3 white lights, a good lift. So a new personal best.
So far so good, we've had a great success rate of 100% in this flight.
Will be followed by Rusek and Wilcox.
And may that trend keep on going with Romeo Blaj from Romania. Jumping from 222.5 to 240. That will be a sizable PR, 17.5 kilos.
There is 240
And
kilos on this
222.5
bar.
was already a 2.5 kilo personal best. So improving by 20 kilos from his previous competitions.
That is certainly something to be proud of.
I would love to do that. This one's more difficult. Way more difficult. He battles through though. And it's gonna be...
Good lift. Just wait for the lights and see.
Oh, we're waiting. Once again, 3 white lights.
It's a good
A good
lift.
lift.
That is a good lift, but we'll see on the replay. It was quite a battle.
Marius
very difficult to judge how much you can add on to that. 2.5, maybe
The
5.
bar is loaded. For
Well,
Lucid.
maybe 10 with a bit of a better execution. You never know.
He
With
is
equipped,
going
it's
for
even less predictable.
242.5
You're right.
kilos.
Mariusz Husek from Poland,
12.5
242.5, a 12.5 kilo
Personal
jump.
best. And 12.5 kilos up
And as we
from
mentioned, these
opener.
athletes are sub-juniors, and they are all making great progress. Once again, this one's for a personal best attempt.
And it is
Such
a very well moving
squat.
personal best.
And 3 white lights. Beautiful.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Next up we have Great Britain's Hector Wilcox. Start for 265. Will be followed by Lano, Pudmacic and Novak.
Next out is Hector Wilcox from Great Britain, jumping 10 kilos to 265,
The
a
bar
5
is
kilo
loaded.
PB attempt.
For Hector from Great Britain.
Come on, Hector.
Come up.
Very well executed.
Beautiful.
3
white
white
lights.
lights.
3 white lights. It's a good lift for Great Britain. We have 4 lifters left in the round. Next up is Ivan Lano, Ukraine.
And you
Will be
don't
followed
want
by
that squat to be
Pudmacic,
any higher
Novak
than
and
this
Vatnamot.
for it to count in the third round.
The bar is loaded for Ukraine.
Down to Ivan Lano from Ukraine, 275, a 15 kilo jump. Not yet in personal best territory, but not so far off.
Yeah, he might be pacing himself. We'll see how this second attempt moves.
That same exact technique, same exact speed, no troubles whatsoever for Ivan Lano.
Yeah, that was a really good second attempt.
Good, and it is
It's
a good
3 white
lift.
lights, a good lift.
Three
And
lifters left in round 2.
I think he doesn't want to
From
go for
Slovakia,
anything too risky,
Jakub Pudmacic.
considering Wilcox is really close.
Yeah, maybe just matching his PB.
The bar
So
is
adding 10 more
loaded.
kilos onto that. And someone that's jumping 15 from 270 to 285 is Jakub Pudmacic from Slovakia.
285 kilos.
That would be a 10 kilo
10
PB.
kilos up from his personal best. 50 kilos up from his opener. Yes, come on, all the way up.
And the big boy handling
It looks
business.
easy.
3 white lights, a good lift.
It's a good lift. 2 lifters left in round 2. Czechia's beat Novak.
Not
The
much you
bar
can
is
say. It's a
loaded.
proper second attempt.
Yeah, it's
And it is loaded with 287.5
The other 120 plus, Fit Novak from Czechia, playing on soil here today and jumping 12.5 kilos from 275 to 287.5.
yeah, still opting to go without a squat suit. And that is extremely easy.
Yeah, he's still opting not to struggle, I guess.
White lights, a
If
good
I'm
lift.
paraphrasing the famous words of
So
a certain Jan Paul Sigmarsson. This is my suit.
Record holder. Not settling for that. He's going
He's
for
looking
a
strong.
world
He's looking
record.
really strong. And
World
someone that's been looking
South
even
Universe
stronger in the 120s is Magnus Vatnamort
half a kilo
Alversen from Norway. He opened with the European sub-junior record of 350. He's looking to break the world sub-junior record in the squat event. It's going to be 366 for the Norwegian. The bar is loaded.
World
A European sub-junior record on his opener. A world record for his second try.
It's the second world sub-junior record attempt we are witnessing today. It's a squat party this morning in Pilsen, and in the second round of squat, Mr. Magnus Vatnamo Alvorsen could destroy the world record. Let's see it. Come on.
Kom igen.
Waiting on the lights.
See what the referee say. Is it good?
And 2-1, it's a new world sub-junior record for Magnus. With still a possibility for the jury to intervene.
On yet another record.
It seemed to be right there or thereabout.
Going into round 3 of the squad.
It's really up to the jury at this point.
So obviously he leads the class of the 120s. Leading the 105 is Ivan Lano from Ukraine. And leading the 120 pluses is Vit Novak. Third round starts now with Dragos Briskan from Romania, 225. He's already hit a PB, looking to improve by 7.5 kilos. And his technique hasn't broke down by one bit. 3 white lights, a good lift, 3 for 3 in the squat event.
And so far we've had an incredible performance from the 105s, 120s and the 120 pluses. Not a single missed lift. And I hope this table is wooden so I can knock on it.
The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Romeo Blaj from Romania from 222.5 to 250. And you were mentioning he might improve his second attempt by 10 kilos. It looks to be the case here. Second attempt did not look perfect. He might have gone thrown out of position, or it was just a case of strength. We'll get the answer in just a few seconds.
Let's hope he can make it. And he makes it fairly easily back up, but we'll wait for the lights.
The lights. It is a
And
good
3
white
white
lights.
lights.
Well done.
My instincts
Next up
seem to be
from
correct.
Poland, Mariusz
Absolutely. You know a
Brusek.
thing or two about powerlifting, Azim.
The bar is loaded.
I might have been a commentator for a couple of years.
So far, so good. Only green on the scoreboard. It is Marius' turn
Personal best
to enter
of
the platform.
252.5.
He's jumping 10 kilos to 52.5, his last attempt in the squat event.
Come on.
3 white lights.
Good lift for Poland.
Another good lift.
Another good lift.
I love what's happening in these 3 weight classes, the 105, 120s, and 120 pluses.
Please keep that coming.
A very clean scoreboard.
And we have 5 lifts remaining.
The next one being
bar is
Hector
loaded.
Wilcox from Great Britain.
For
He opened with 255, passed by 265 like nothing, and he's attempting 270 now for a new personal best. Come on!
And that seemed to be the appropriate call for Wilcox. It's a 2-to-1 good lift.
From the center.
He gets a red card from the chief referee. That would be for a lack of depth. In terms of depth, we are really looking for the hip crease to go below the top part of the kneecap.
The bar is loaded for Ukraine.
Apparently it was the case for the two side referees and for the jury here.
Oh, and the jury has overruled the previous attempt.
No lift.
The jury has overruled it, so we have our first no lift of the session.
Mr. Wilcox's attempt has been ruled a no lift. Even Lano 290, a 15 kilo jump for the Ukrainian. So not only looking to match his PB, looking to break it by 5 kilos.
And this is a great opportunity to get ahead of Wilcox.
He already has the gold medal in the 105 kilo class. But this is to collect some kilos, beat the subtotal. Great attempt selection.
That seemed like the absolutely right call.
It's a good lift. We have 3 guys left.
Some well-deserved white lights.
Squat session. Next out is Jakub from Slovakia. Going for a whopping 300 kilos. And the bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Jakub Podmorczyk from Slovakia. 300 kilos, a 15 kilo jump.
Possibly also have a new personal
He's been
best.
looking strong. He's been breaking personal bests. .300 kilos is a milestone. And that was going to be a yellow light because he lost his footing on the ground.
That is really unfortunate. He made the lift. He just went slightly off balance at the very end when most of the work was done.
Coming out for 302.5.
Heartbreaking mistake, but no lift for
The bar
Podmorczyk.
is loaded.
The last 2 attempts before a quick 10-minute break. We have Fit Novak from Czechia attempting 302.5.
Right, a jump here from the second attempt.
Wow,
3 white
that
lights,
went
a good lift.
flying up.
3 white lights, and it looked just like his opener.
He thought he was going to take off there for a moment.
I mean,
We have
he had 20 more kilos in the tank.
Oh, at least.
Sten on his World Sub-Junior.
Now we have the best way to end a squad event. Magnus Vatnamot Alvorsen from Norway, attempting once again a World Sub-Junior record. The record is now his with 366. He's attempting 375. Before this competition, the World Sub-Junior record was 365.5.
Let's hear it for him.
That would mean an improvement by a lot. Breaking a world record by 9.5 kilos.
and breaking the European record by
Let's
about
finish this
50.
squat session strong.
The Norwegian came here to play. Not the best walkout, but stay confident. Come on!
Come on. It's up.
Let's see what the light says.
And no lift for Magnus. No lift. One yellow light. That might have been for missing the command
Well done, guys.
or changing his footing on the ground, but I'm not so sure. And lack of depth for
10-minute break.
the chief referee. So he still walks away with a new World Sub Junior record of 366, but that 375 won't count. Gold medalist of the 105 kilo class is Ivan Lano with 290. The gold medalist with the new World Sub Junior record of the 120s is Magnus Vatnamot Alversen. And Vit Novak takes gold with 302.5 in the 120 pluses. We've had such a great squad events for all these weight classes. Hoping to see some great bench press action in about 9 minutes. See you then. And after this quick 10-minute break, we are back live from Pilsen, Czechia for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championships. We've seen a phenomenal squat session, hoping for the bench press session to be at least as good. We have openers ranging from 100 kilos to 182.5 for the 83 and 93 sub-junior group. All of these athletes are under 18, and we've seen them squat 300 kilos, 330, 366. That's unfathomable.
Those are some incredible numbers to move at such a young age, and we're looking forward to some more incredible numbers being moved.
Starting off with Rico Pal from Estonia, 100 kilos. Now you've heard the three commands of the bench press: start, press, and rack. The chief referee really dictates the rhythm of the movement.
We have Rex Thomas of Great Britain.
The press command given once the bar is stabilized on the chest.
Bar is loaded.
Now to Rex Thomas from Great Britain, 115. Twenty more seconds to receive the start command. Bit of struggles to touch the chest, but once it moves, it moves.
Yeah, I think he's gonna need a bit more weight on that,
Let's see what the light says.
just to make it slightly easier. And waiting for the lights.
Still waiting for the right side. Can we see the flags, please?
Flags up in the air, one white,
White, it's a
two,
good lift, 3 white flags.
and 3 white
Well
flags.
done. The bar is loaded.
Same weight
Now
for
Fabian
another
Costea.
British athlete, Fabian Costea. That would be a 10 kilo PB. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think he just could not reach his chest. I was watching the bar, it was lingering a few centimeters off his chest, and as he tried to get it further down, I think just went towards his legs. Couldn't
Yeah.
keep control of it.
You are very right from this angle. It is very easy to see. Great pickup from the chief referee, not giving the press command too early. So no lift. 130 for Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania. That would be a 20 kilo personal best. And with different athletes, we have different options of bench shirts, different levels of elasticity, but it is up to personal preference.
Absolutely, and sometimes you even see athletes changing shirts in between attempts, using a softer, more stretchy t-shirt for the first attempt or first two attempts, and then going for a stiffer one. and really loading it up for the third
The bar is
attempt.
loaded for Thomas Hawkins, Great Britain. Let's go, Hawkins.
That was a successful lift for Thomas Vilkevicius. Thomas Hawkins is attempting the same weight.
Hawkins opening at 130 kilos. It's already 10 kilos above his personal best. Quick to me.
Still waiting on the lights.
Can we see flags? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3 whites. A good lift. 10 more kilos on the bar for Ole Kostyniuk from Ukraine. That makes it 140 kilos to match his PB on his opener.
Bar. Are we ready?
We are resolving the technical issue with the right side remote. This is why the bar is yet to be loaded. And now might be a great time to shout out our new sponsor Maniac Fitness that provided
For Ukraine.
this brand new rack for the competition. Brand new bar, colors and weights. The new premium partner of the EPF for 4 years, Maniac Fitness. Back to the action with Ole Kostyniuk benching 140.
Strong press.
Slightly shaky, but he gets the bar moving and he locks it out. We'll wait for the lights again, or perhaps the flags.
1,
It's a good lift.
2, and 3 white flags. A good lift.
Next out, Slovakia's Jan Kovacic.
Next up from Slovakia is Jan Kovacic, 155 in the 93 kilo
The bar
class.
is loaded.
Bars loaded.
Once again, a bit of work towards the lockout.
And the suspense is killing us, but it should be good here for Jan Kovacic.
A good lift.
3 white
3
lights.
white flags.
4 more openers to go, 2 in the 83s, 2 in the 93s. We have Jan Kolak-Soka from Poland,
Jan opening at
opening with
160.
160. He walked away with gold in the squad events of the 83s.
We'll see
Why
if
not
he
do so
can-
in the bench press?
Yeah. There's 2 athletes opening on the same weight, so it's gonna be a matter of kilos between them. That is a solid moving opener.
Yeah, that looked great.
3 white lights.
3 white lights, he's on the board. Time for Adrian Stiskal to do the same thing. The Slovakian ready to answer with that same opener of 160.
The bar is loaded.
And Adrian looks to have opted for an even stiffer bench shirt. Manages to touch the chest and extend the elbows back up. 3 white lights is on the board. Very technical opener.
Yeah, great execution, and it really seems he's opting to use one of the stronger, the stiffer shirts on the market.
Second to last lifter in round 1 on the bench.
I think he'll need to pay attention to his elbow depth. And the next few attempts, he was ball aligned. The last 2 openers, both in the 93 kilo class, we have Mykola Odunov from Ukraine opening with 180.
The bar is
Fresh off a
loaded for
new
Mykola.
European sub-junior record and a new world sub-junior record in the squad event of the 93s.
It is a good lift
There is
for
3
Ukraine.
white lights and a good lift.
Last lifter.
1
in
lift
this
remaining
round
to
is
wrap up
Boris
our opening round.
Score. The bar is
Just
loaded.
opening 2.5
Opening
kilos
182.5.
above Odunov is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway,
Already 10 kilos up from his personal best.
fresh off a silver medal in the squad event with 330, opening with 182.5. That would already be a 10 kilo PB.
Good lift Norway. Going into round 2 of the bench press. From Estonia coming out, Rico Pal
It's a good lift.
for 100.
Everyone is on the board except Fabian Costea, who struggled to touch his chest during the first round of the bench.
And then we can see from the table here that he has opted to go for the same weight. I might have added a couple kilos just to make it easier to get down to position.
Or maybe he's going in with a softer shirt or without a shirt.
That is
3
also
options.
an option.
Second round starts with Rico Pal, 107.5. It's a 7.5 kilo jump. And we'll go as far as 192.5 to close out the second round of bench press.
Oh, big fight. He almost loses the bar, but manages somehow to keep control of it, and it's gonna be 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next up, Fabian Costea from Great Britain.
So we talked about him just 1 minute ago. Fabian Costea from Great Britain re-attempting 115. Does not seem to have changed shirts. So now it's going to be a matter of, can he get more back activation? Can he open his chest a bit more?
No.
Once again, unable to manage the eccentric with this 115.
And that's gonna be a problem. It's not even a strength issue per se, but the shirt just might be too stiff.
Maybe it's also due to the fact that he trains on a softer pad than this one. This one's pretty stiff. It makes for less scapular retraction and depression. So the position is a bit different. Now to another fellow British is Rex Thomas attempting 120, a 5 kilo jump.
That sounds like a very reasonable jump here. just about manages to touch the bar to the chest and presses it out with no significant problems.
Out also from Great Britain, Thomas Hawkins.
And that was really just about touching the chest. It's a bench press technical error that you don't see often in Raw, but it can happen in equipped. One of the errors specified in the technical rulebook is basically not touching the bar to your chest, getting the command while the bar is still a few centimeters off. Of course, that is a cause for disqualification.
And the third British of this group, Thomas Hawkins, jumping 7.5 kilos from 130 to 137.5. Unable to touch the chest at first. And the heels lifting off the ground.
That's going to be a no lift, unfortunately.
And that was not a well-built attempt, technically speaking. That left heel really lifting off the ground, struggling to touch the chest, unable to push it up.
Yeah, I think he got a bit desperate for those last few centimeters. Could not deform the shirt in the correct way.
And let's see now what the Lithuanian Domas Vilkevicius can do with 142.5. It's a 12.5 kilo jump.
Three white lights, a good lift. Really nice execution.
A smaller jump, 5 kilos for Oleg Kostyniuk from Ukraine, from 140 to 145.
The bar is loaded.
Struggling to set up. Manages to do so finally. Come on.
It's a bit of a struggle to reach the lockout.
At 3 white lights, a good lift.
He manages it.
Followed by Kovacic, Gavlak, and Kuzanov. The bar is loaded for
Bar is now loaded for Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia, from 160 to 167.5. Come on. Once again, very technical. Is it locked out enough? Was it deep enough? Yes, 3 white lights, a good lift.
That was just about locked out.
I mean, that was not depth at all in terms of elbows. Am I wrong, Erasimi, here?
To be honest, it's really hard to see when the lifters tuck their elbows in. when the elbows are not flared out, it's really hard to see where the bottom of the elbow actually is in relation to the middle of the shoulder joint. You really need about 5 or 6 different perspectives to be able to correctly determine that, in my opinion. One of the harder things to referee.
Yeah, being chef referee in the bench press event is so difficult. Naya Kovacic attempting 167.5, 12.5 kilo jump, an explosive attempt, and 3 white lights say good lift.
3 lifters left in the round. Poland's Jan Gawlak coming out next for 1.
And here we can clearly see the elbows going down and even below
10 kilos.
the mid part of each shoulders. Down to Jan Golak-Soka, jumping 10 kilos from 160 to 170.
Come on, it's a real fight.
That was segmented, but I'm not sure that the bar dipped. 2 to 1, a good lift.
I
No
don't-
blues, but 1 yellow.
I don't think he did, but there might have been an issue with lifting of some sort. And
Yeah, I think
I
this one's
think-
pretty clear.
yeah, the glutes came off the bench pretty clearly here.
And the jury immediately overruled no lift for Jan Golak-Soka.
The bar is loaded.
Moving on
For
to
Ukraine.
the 93s with Mikola Odunov jumping 10 kilos from 180 to 190.
190 kilos. This is his current personal best.
Great work once again from Mikola. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Good lift.
3 white lights and 1 lift remaining in round 2.
He's clearly showing why he's the favorite of the 93 kilo class.
The bar is
Absolutely, he has quite an advantage.
But in the battle for gold in the bench press with Mikola is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway, attempting 192.5 to retake the lead in the bench press by 2.5 kilos.
Well, he could also just match the weight Huduno's doing, because he's lighter, but he is choosing to go heavier, just to show who's really the boss. And you can tell this is a guy who is built to do equipped bench. Perfect arch, perfect bar path.
So technically sound, perfect depth, everything is on point here. Everything. So for the time being, in the lead of the 83 kilo class is Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia, and leading the 93s is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway. But nothing's decided yet because they both can be surpassed in the third round, judging by the attempts that have came in. We'll be going from 115 to 200 in this third round of bench press. 115 for Rico Pal from Estonia.
Clips the rack. That's really unfortunate. He was very explosive off the chest, looked strong, but he clipped the rack and just lost the bar completely.
And do you think he was closer to the rack than his previous attempt, or just lost the bar path?
I think it might have been a bit of both. It can make a huge difference just setting up a few centimeters up or down on the pad.
Now a critical attempt Fabian Costa from Great Britain. Retaking for the third time 115. Didn't manage an attempt yet. If he can score this one, he'll be unable to register a total in the competition. Come on, pull, touch the chest.
Oh, and it looked a lot better this time.
Oh, he definitely
Has
changed.
3 white lights and he gets a bench press on the board. He's over the moon with that, and the British crowd cheers.
A huge relief. Yeah, that was very different.
Coming out for 125 kilos on the bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Rex Thomas from Great Britain, 125. 5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB.
The next group
The
has
quit
5
bench really
lifters.
keeps us on our toes. We don't know what to expect sometimes.
Changes. 6 lifters, sorry.
Wow, that is quite a battle. He locks it out.
I'll take the house.
We'll have to wait for the lights here, and it's 3 white lights. Very nicely executed.
Next out, Thomas Hawkins. Great Britain, the bar is loaded.
Known to Thomas Hawkins from Great Britain, re-attempting 137.5 after missing it in the second round.
Kilos from his personal best.
Let's see it. This time it goes up. How about the lights for Thomas Hawkins? 3 white lights, a good lift.
Way better than the second attempt, and he gets rewarded.
Lifters left for the next group to make changes to their openers. Next lifter out, Oleg Kostenyuk from Ukraine. The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Oleg Kostenyuk from Ukraine. He opened with 140, passed by 145. Is jumping 2.5 more kilos to 147.5. Dawaj, Ole.
Great attempt. We'll have to wait to realize it's 3 white ones. I was afraid that his head twitched off the bench for a moment there, but it seems it stayed in contact.
Okay. I can see what you mean, but the illusion with the air that he fully maintained contact gives him 3 white lights, and in that case, they're unanimous on the platform. The jury cannot intervene. Same weight for Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania. That would be a 5 kilo personal best. And this one's going to be hard to judge, especially on the left side. But 3 white lights, a good lift. Did the bar just go backwards or did it dip? But 3 white lights, he's safe from any jury intervention.
I think he managed really well to keep the bar at least still, if not moving.
Now to Jan Kolaksoka from Poland. That's seen his second attempt overruled by the jury for the butt lifting off the bench. He needs to maintain all points of contact, the head, the back, the butt, and the feet on the ground. That attempt looks different. Is it good enough?
Looked
Yes,
a
it
lot
is.
better. Looked a lot better, and it's 3 white lights, well deserved.
Four lifters left in
And he provisionally gets into the gold medal position.
South Slovakia's Adrian Stiskal.
With only one lifter to follow in the 83 kilo class and 3 in the 93s, he has a guaranteed silver medal. And the lifter to follow is the only one that can surpass him, Adrian Stiskal from Slovakia. And that is going to attempt 5 more kilos than the best attempt of Kolaksoka. 175 loaded on the bar. It's a 7.5 kilo jump for the Slovakian. He's been so technical so far. Can he maintain that? I think he almost lost it here. Recovered. Touched the chest. It goes up.
Wow, what a battle! And unfortunately,
Unable to lock it out.
unable to lock it out completely.
For Slovakia, unfortunately.
So that is a silver medal in the bench press event for him. And the gold belongs to Jan Kolaksoka from Poland.
Gonna finish with
3 more bench presses for this first group, all in the 93 kilo class. 2 of them to try and grab the gold medal, but the first one for Jan Kovacic from Slovakia, 180, a guaranteed bronze medal.
He already has the bronze, as you said, but this would be a very nice personal best for Kovacic. Oh, it's struggling. He's not giving up.
I don't know if he was shaking because he said, no, I don't have it, or he was just battling with the bar. I think he was shaking because he was still battling.
I think he was also shaking really hard on the squats. Maybe he's just a guy that shakes when he exerts that much effort.
We have grinders and now we have shakers.
5 kilos up from his personal best.
Mikola Udunov from Ukraine opened with 180, passed by 190. 5 more kilos onto that, make it 195. That would be a 5 kilo personal best. And a shot at the gold medal in the bench press event of the 93s.
Oh, it's a big effort, but the left side cannot keep up.
That was too big of an ask for the 18-year-old. So a guaranteed gold medal for Ole Jonas Skar from Norway, but still is going to attempt 7.5 more kilos than his second attempt. Make it 200 kilos for the Norwegian. Can an 18-year-old bench 200? Yasim.
Well, we're about to see. Judging from the previous attempts, I think he can, but he has to do it absolutely right.
I'm gonna be honest, I do believe in it, considering how his second attempt moved. Wow.
No problem at all.
I mean, he proves us right. 3 white lights and a 200 bencher. in the 93 kilo class, a well-deserved gold medal in the
That
bench press event.
concludes the bench session for this
Absolutely.
group. We are
Pretty
going
exciting
straight
session.
into the next group. Romania opening here with
That was a great attempt.
117.5.
So the gold medalist for the 83s
10-7.
out of Poland is Jan Golok Soka with 170, and the gold medalist with a massive 200 kilos that we've just seen. And the lightest of the 93s is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway.
That's impressive. He's just about your body weight.
True, 87.5. Displaying secret information here on the live stream. But I'm in 83, right?
Well, not right now.
One huge cut away.
For Dragos Briskan, Romania.
You're just filling out your frame.
Exactly.
Will be followed by Rusek,
I might end up being a 93. But now it is the 105s, the 120, and the 120 pluses. We have 4 105s, 2 120s, and 2 120 pluses. All of them still in the competition, and the first one to open is Dragos Briskan from Romania, 117.5. There he goes, first opener for the 105s. I think he either met the command perfectly or jumped it. 2 to 1, a good lift.
That was a bit scrappy though. We'll wait for the replay.
Opening at 125.
Not quite sure what to think. Jury has overruled it. I think there was lifting of the glutes there.
The jury has overruled the previous
We didn't
lift.
see it from that perspective, but I think
Bars loaded for Mariusz
there might have been
Rusek.
lifting of the glutes.
Yeah, there was a topic of discussion there. Next out is Mariusz Rusek from Poland, 125. That looks like a perfect opener to me.
Yeah, that is a smooth opener like you would
Coming up
want.
Next, Romania's Romeo Blager, opening at 132.5. Blager will be followed by Lano, Kudmalchik, and Wilcox. And the
Next
bar
out is the
loaded.
Romanian Romeo Blaj, 132.5. That would be a 2.5 kilo personal best. Another very solid opener.
Yeah, he struggled a bit to touch the chest,
Good
but
lift for
on the way up it was
Romania.
extremely fast.
Next lifter out is Ukraine's Ivan Lano, opening at 150.
And in the 105s,
The
Ivan
bar
Lano
is
from
loaded.
Ukraine is going to open with 150. He lost the bar path here.
No lift for Ukraine.
No
unfortunately.
lift for the Ukrainian.
4 lifters left in the round. We have Slovakia's Jakub Kudmalchik coming out to open at 150.
I think he did not even properly touch the chest here.
Yeah, I think
The
it was
bar is
just the
loaded.
softest of touches, and then the explosive force upwards just loses his balance. One side goes up, the other goes down, and at that point it's pretty much over.
Jakub Podmasik also hoping to open with 150. Touches the chest.
And that is how we want an opener to look.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Next out, Victor Wilcox, Great Britain. Opening at
The next two openers
150, followed by
are
Valtamont
180,
and Novak.
one for Hector Wilcox and one for Magnus
The
Vatnamon
bar is
Alverson.
loaded.
Three white lights, a good lift is on the board.
Not the easiest, not the hardest.
Next out is Norway's Magnus Halvorsen Vatnamot. Can open at 180 kilos, followed by Vit Novak from Czechia.
Next lifter out of Norway is the new world record holder for the
bar
squat,
is loaded for Norway.
366. He missed 375 for missing the command on his last attempt. He squatted 375, but still 366, a new world record for the sub juniors 120s. Opening with 180.
That is a speedy opener.
3 white lights, good
3
lift
white
from
lights, a
Norway.
good lift.
Last lifter is Czechia's Vit Novak.
And we have one last opener.
Opening at 100.
He belongs to one of the 120 pluses, Vit Novak from Czechia, 195. His registered PB in the bench press is 150. What happened in between that 150 and this 195? I want the training program.
Well, I think 150 has gotta be raw. Or very old.
Let's see it. Not the most technical first attempt, but 3 white lights, a good lift.
Just a bit of a two-stage press out, but fairly speedy.
With 117.5
Touches,
kilos.
backwards and then up.
Belage and Lano.
So 2 lifters yet to be on the board in the person of Priskan and Lano. They both missed their opener.
The bar is loaded.
And Dragos Priskan is the first one to step on the platform for the second round of bench
Last
press.
reminder to buy tickets for the banquet from the accreditation table.
He's retaking 117.5, looking to match his PB. Clip the rack, and this time I think we can deem the contact helpful because oh
Well,
no,
The
3 white
referees
lights.
have not deemed it helpful.
Next lifter
That
out,
is
Marius
surprising to me because
Rusek, Poland.
the rack just got him back into his bar path. Otherwise he would have fell backwards.
Or continued the bar path more backwards and held on.
The bar is
I mean, good for him, but surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising. That is one of the rare instances that the clipping of the rack was not obviously harmful to the lift.
So he's on the board. Now on the platform is Mariusz Husek from Poland, jumping 10 kilos from 125 to 135. And 2 to 1, a good lift, but a yellow light for the chief referee, immediately overruled by the jury.
No lift for Poland.
And that is for the head lifting off the bench.
Romania's
You
Romeo
can
Blanket
clearly see that from that
coming up
angle,
next.
thanks to the media team.
And the bar is loaded.
That lift was just too obvious for the jury to not see it and overturn it.
145 for Romeo Blaj from Romania. 12.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB.
Good lift
That
for
is 3 white
Romania.
lights, a good lift.
5 lifters left. Next, Ukraine's Ivan Lano. Followed by Kudmaichik and Wilcox. The bar is loaded. He leads this lift now. It's the second
Bar is
time
loaded
at
for
150.
now the only lifter yet to be on the board, Ivan Lano from Ukraine, reattempting 150. That is much better.
That is a lot better.
And it's a good
3
lift.
white lights, and
3 white lights for
if that's how the opener moved, I'd be fairly confident.
Of Slovakia is coming out next for a 160 kilo attempt, which is 5 kilos up from
Next out
his
in the
first
120
contest.
plus is Jakub Podmasik from Slovakia,
The bar
jumping
is
10 kilos
loaded.
from 150 to 160.
Come on.
Oh, it's a big struggle. But he just gets stuck.
No lift for Slovakia.
That is gonna be a no lift,
Next up, we
unfortunately.
have Hector Wilcox
That is
from
surprising.
Britain, going
Well,
for
you can really see
185. 5
at
kilos
a
up
certain
from his
point
first
the bar
contest.
just can't move any further. He's gonna have to work on the tricep strength.
The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Hector Wilcox, jumping 5 kilos from 180 to 185. And with such a specific positioning in the bench press, you can see all of the lifters hopping for a liftoff from the spotter.
Come on.
And that was significantly harder than the first one, but
It is. 3 white
fairly
lights.
well
2
executed.
lifters left in round 2.
Still very technically sound, so maybe can grind out 2.5 more kilos, maybe 5.
And a 195 kilo bar.
2 more bench presses in the second round. One in the 120s, one in the 120 pluses. The first one being 195 for Magnus Vatnamoth Avosen from Norway.
That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
Last lifter in the group is
And we have one lift
from
remaining
Czechia.
in round 2.
It's coming out now for 210 kilos.
It's going to be a
sacred
pretty
bench.
sizable lift, the biggest we've seen so far at this
15 kilo
competition
jump
in
from
the
his
bench
opener.
press.
15 kilo jump from his personal best as well. The bar is loaded for Czechia.
Bar is loaded for Vitnovak from Czechia. 210, it's a 15 kilo jump for a new massive personal best.
Well, we'll see how it moves. The 195 seemed fairly confident.
Wow, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen 210 kilos move that fast.
What does he have in store for us today? I imagine at least 10 more kilos.
Oh, yeah, at the very least. I expect him to go to 25.
Yeah, that would not surprise me.
It's a nice number.
So for the time being, in the lead of the 105 kilo class is Hector Wilcox with 185. Leading the 120s is Magnus Vatnamot with 195. And for the 120 plus is Vit Novak with that 210 you just saw. The third round has started. On the platform is Marius Rosek reattempting 135. He needs to keep the head and all points of contact on the bench.
I think the points of contact were held this time.
And it's a good
Yes,
lift.
there were 3 white lights.
Well done. Romania's
A good
Dragos
lift.
Viscan is coming out next. For a
He made the adjustment and
137.5
deserved
kilo.
his third attempt.
The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Dragos Priscan from Romania, 137.5. That is a big 20 kilo jump onto what was supposed to be his opener, but he had to retake it in the second round.
Also, will he have a new personal best of
Judging
10
by
kilos?
how the second moved and by his personal best of 117.5, this might be a big ask for Dragos Priscan.
We'll see. It's a lot more about the execution and the control here in the equipped. And no,
Unfortunately, no lift for
just too much. It was scrappy on the way down and no saving it on the way up.
152.5.
Really unfortunate.
Will be followed by Lano, Budmarchik, and Will Cox.
Next out is Romeo Blaj from Romania. He opened with 132.5.
The bar is
He's hoping
loaded
to end up with
for
152.5.
Romeo.
Let's see it. PB attempt. Come on.
Nice and strong press.
And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. We have 5 guys left.
That was well done. And 3 for 3 in the bench press event.
Of Ukraine.
2 105s, 1 120 and 2 120 pluses to go in this third round of bench press.
Let's go, Ivan.
We have Ivan Lano attempting 160, a 10 kilo jump for the Ukrainian.
His second attempt was a beautiful and strong press.
He had to battle for that,
Amazing.
but it's 3 white lights. He had issues on his first press, fixed them on the second, and pretty much hit the spot with his third. That is a good lift at 160.
Going for 160. This is his second try at 160. The bar is loaded. Let's help him to get this bench press now.
160 for Jakub Pudmacek from Slovakia. Reattempting 160. He opened with 150. That would be a 10 kilo increment and a 5 kilo personal best.
Bring it up, bring it all the way up.
That is quite a fight. He battles it up, and it is a 2-to-1 good lift. A blue from the right hand side referee, we'll see on the replay, has the bar dipped down.
Followed by Norway and Czechia.
Doesn't look like it did,
187.5.
I don't think it did.
and I think that will stand. What an effort.
So the last 3 benches, 1 in each weight classes. 187.5 for Hector Wilcox, a 2.5 kilo jump.
That is a proper fight, and I think he locks it out.
Let's wait for the lights. 2-to-1, a good lift. Attention, 1 blue light for the left hand side referee. So what would that one be for? I don't think the bar dipped. It was a bit uneven, and the elbows are locked out. How is that going to be judged by the jury? I think they're satisfied.
Yeah, I think that should stand. The bar hasn't dipped. It went unevenly, but it can do that. This is not the Paralympic bench press where the bar cannot go unevenly, but they quit powerlifting.
Now setting up is Magnus Vatnamot Alvorsen from Norway. One last jump of 5 kilos to make it 200 for the 18-year-old. And the second 18-year-old to bench 200 of this morning's session. 3 white lights, a good lift.
That was just beautiful. I could cry right now.
Please don't. And one last bench press before a 10-minute break and deadlifts. We have Fit Novak from Czechia attempting 220. Bar is loaded. He entered the competition with a registered PB of 150. He's ending up with 220. Just your normal and typical progress.
Yeah, very casual 70 kilos on the bench press. That's what you can expect with about a month of training and then a taper.
Trust the taper.
Yeah, completely reasonable.
Wow.
That was ridiculous.
I had to check the roof to see if the bar went up. 3 white lights and a good lift, and what a way to close out.
I think he'd need 4 or 5 attempts to really max out. His final squat was super fast. His final bench was super fast. This guy is doing warm-ups on the platform.
Absolutely. And so pretty much everyone is getting a medal except for Mr. Dagon Briskan. We have Hector Wilcox walking away with gold in the 105 kilo class with 187.5. In the 120s, 200 kilos for Magnus Vatnamot Halversen and the gold medal. And the gold medalist we've just saw on the platform, we've just seen on the platform, Fit Novak. So some Interesting storylines to see who walks away with deadlift gold, but other than that, the leaders are pretty well set in each of these weight classes. We'll see you in about 9 minutes for deadlifts. And just like that, we are back live on the EPF channel for the 2025 European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. This is the first flight of the day, the third flight of the championship, within squats and bench. Now it is the beginning of deadlifts for the 83s and the 93s, the first group. And in the second group, we have the 105s, 120 and 120 pluses that we'll see later on, directly after this group. Starting off with Adrian Stiskel from Slovakia, 180 kilos. Clearly in the lead in terms of subtotal in the 83s, we have Olek Soka from Poland. And in the lead in the 93 kilo class, Odunov from Ukraine. Positions seem to be well set in the 93s, but there's a battle for the podium going on in the 83s.
And even in the 93s, I think we're looking at some more records being broken here.
Let's go, Steve Cal.
Three white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, that is a strong looking deadlift. I just hope he doesn't let go of the bar too early.
Because if you let go of the bar on the way down, it'll be signaled by a yellow light. It is a technical foul. Bar's now loaded for Thomas Hawkins, also 180. Speedy opener.
Very speedy and one of the fairly rare conventional deadlifts we're seeing at this championship.
From Ukraine is coming out next, opening at 195 kilos. And the bar is loaded.
195 for the Ukrainian Oleg Kostynyuk. This is his registered personal best. And in the deadlift event, once the chief referee says that the bar is loaded, you have 1 minute to get the bar moving. No commands to start, only the down command once you've locked out the bar.
Absolutely. And once you get the bar moving, you have as much time as you want to get it locked out. Of course, the longer it takes, the harder it gets. But technically, you could do it for a long, long time. Very smooth deadlift.
And 3 white lights. It is a good lift.
Next out, Rex Thomas, Great Britain. And
Reaching the
bar is
200
loaded.
kilos with Rex Thomas from Great Britain, opening quite far off of his PB of 225.
Gonna wait to have the bar brush before.
Maybe looking at a big jump to his second attempt.
Possibly, but we're just having a quick brush off the bar to secure the grip of Rex Thomas before he steps on the platform.
Opening at 200 kilos.
Now the bar is loaded. Multiple technical fouls here, 1 red for the chief referee, that would be for lack of lockout, and 1 blue for each side referee. So that would be for both supporting on the thighs in that speed wobble for downwards movement.
He's gonna have to clean that up. Certainly looks strong enough to do it.
Staying in the 83s, but bumping up by 5 kilos. Rico Pal, Estonia, 205. 3 white lights. He's on the board.
Great Britain's Fabian Costea is coming out next.
In this
Opening
first
at
round, we are
210,
really looking
and
forward
will
to
be followed
seeing
by Kovacic.
each and every athlete
The
securing a
bar is
total at
loaded.
least, and then trying to give us quite of a show and a battle for placings. Already on the platform is Fabian Costea, opening with 210 after scaring us in the bench press event. Only managing one attempt on his last one. Well, that was easy. 3 white lights, a good lift.
3 white lights. I was a bit afraid that he wouldn't have locked out his shoulders far back enough. Super narrow stance. Yeah,
It looks better
yeah, it
from the replay.
definitely looks better from this angle.
Already walking up to the platform is Jan Kovacic for the same weight, 210.
Nice and easy opener there.
3 white lights, but he's not gonna wanna let go of the bar any earlier than that.
Socha.
It was right about on the floor.
Coming out to open at 220.
Some lifters are timing this just to prevent the bar from snapping back into their wrists. It is very hurtful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do that.
The bar
I play
is
with fire.
loaded.
Loading 220 for his opener is the Polish Jan Golak-Soka, the leader of the 83 kilo class, being chased from afar by Domos Vilkevicius from Lithuania.
Good
But
lift
3 white lights, a good lift, it solidifies his total.
in the round. Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania coming out next, opening at 230. Will be followed by
Talking about Domus, is the next one to open. The Lithuanian loading is 230 kilos.
The bar is loaded.
That would be a 30 kilo personal best.
And if he makes this, he is fairly close.
And keep in mind, he's only 17 years old. He's only been competing 1 year.
And he's looking strong.
Next for Lithuania. Next up, Norway's Jonas Ole Skår, opening at
The last two openers
275.
are in the 93 kilo class. We have Ole Jonas Skar from Norway and Mikola Hodunov.
The bar is loaded. Come again.
Bar is loaded at 275 for Ole Jonas Skar. Did he wait for the command here? No,
I
he
don't
didn't.
think he did.
No lift for Norway, unfortunately.
It was super snappy, but that look at his hand makes me worried.
Especially when you pull hook grip, when you tear up your hand, it is very hard to keep on pulling afterwards.
The bar is loaded.
The last opener goes to Mikola Odinov from Ukraine, 292.5.
He has done some amazing
That would
lifts
give
so
him
far today.
840.
That would equal the world and European sub-junior total record. And he does with 3 white lights.
Going into round 2 of
Can't
deadlifts.
wait to see him improve now.
From Slovakia.
So 2 lifters are yet to be on the board. One in the 93 kilo class, it's Ole Jonas Skar, who decided to go up anyway. And in the 83 kilo class, we are missing Rex Thomas from Great Britain.
The bar is
In
loaded.
terms of subtotal, leading the 83s is Jan Golak-Soka from Poland, and leading the 93s is Mikola Odunov. We'll see how the totals develop in the second round of deadlift, starting off with Adrian Stiskel. 7.5 kilo jump. and 3 white lights, a good lift,
Czechoslovakia.
and a backwards
Great Britain's
belt
Thomas
flip.
Hawkins is coming out next. Will be followed by Thomas and Kostenjuk. The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Thomas Hawkins, 195. It's a 15 kilo jump for 5 kilo personal best.
Bit of work for the lockout, but he should have it, and it's 3 white lights and a good lift. And the conventional style does give him that advantage.
200 kilos. The bar is loaded. He is reattempting this weight. Let's have
One
him
lifter that we
get
want
it
to
done.
cut the suspense now is Rex Thomas from Great Britain, reattempting 200 kilos.
The bar is
2
loaded.
technical problems, a speed wobble at the top, and lack of lockout.
He just has to clean up the lift. He's definitely strong enough to do it.
Come on, you got this.
On the side of the speed wobble, it does look better. Is the lockout better for the referees? 3 white lights, a good lift.
Well done. Ukraine's Ole Kostenjuk coming out next, and the bar is loaded. It is loaded with 202.5 kilos.
It was on the fence, but on the right side of the fence, he's on the board. 202.5 for Ole Kostenjuk from Ukraine. 7.5 kilo jump for that same amount of a PB. Both in deadlift and in total.
And that is 3 white lights, a very nicely executed lift.
Next lifter out, Estonia's Rico Pal. Will be followed by Kostea and Kovacic. The bar is loaded for Pal of Estonia.
Bar is loaded for Rico Pal from Estonia.
There is 215 kilos on this bar.
He jumps 10 kilos from 205 to 215, attempting a personal best on the platform.
Good lift for Estonia. Great Britain's Fabian
3 white
Kostea
lights, a
is
good lift.
coming out next.
Coming out next is the 93 Fabian Kostea from Great Britain, jumping 15 kilos from 210 to 225. The bar is loaded. White lights, a good lift.
For Kostea. Well
You
done.
seem to be
Jan
unsure
Kovacic,
about that
the
one,
bar is loaded.
looking at the jury table, but it is 3 white lights. Nothing to be unsure about. Still in the 93s, Jan Kovacic from Slovakia, jumping from 210 to 227.5.
And that is 3 white lights. He is shaking while he's doing it,
Next out, Poland's
but
Jan
that is
Kevlar.
just his body's
Will be
reaction to
followed
being
by
exposed to extreme
Richard
stress.
Hughes and Score. The bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for Jan Golak Soka.
Gavlak from
15
Poland
kilo
is
jump for the
coming
Polish.
up to 235.
Is in the lead of the class, and this wants to go back in the lead in the deadlift event.
No lift for Gavlak,
No lift,
unfortunately.
unfortunately,
We
and
have
does
three
that
contestants
open the
to
door
deadlift in
for
this round.
Tomas Vilkevicius from Lithuania?
Kevicius of
Well,
Lithuania
that is gonna
is
be the
next.
question we're all
The
gonna
bar
want
is
answered.
loaded.
Bar is loaded.
252.5 kilos.
If this one moves well, the door
22.5
is
kilos
wide
is personal
open,
best.
because that would give him 655. And for the time being, Golak Soka is standing on 645.
Well, it doesn't seem like the easiest. It's 3 white lights.
But
It's a
he
good
takes
lift.
the lead.
Two guys
He
left.
takes the
Norway
lead of
still
the 83 kilo
Jonas
class.
Ulfsson.
We
The-
did not see that one coming.
The Lithuanian suddenly sets himself up to be the favorite to take home the 83 kilo title. But of course there is one final round of deadlifts remaining after our final 2 attempts in the 93.
The last lifter yet to secure his total is Ole Jonas Skar from Norway.
The bar
He missed
is loaded.
275 for what looked like a grip struggle. He still decided to go up by 17.5 kilos. 292.5 loaded on the bar.
Kilos on this bar.
This time he holds on. 3 white lights, the total is solidified. He'll get at least the silver medal in the 93 kilo class.
Absolutely much better.
And now someone that is going to attempt something massive. Mykola Odunov from Ukraine. You can see it on your screen. This is a world sub-junior total record and their European sub-junior deadlift record. 303 for Mykola.
3 record attempts in one lift, and the bar is loaded.
It's been stellar today. This wants to put the cherry on top of that performance. Give him 850.5.
Let's see this happen.
Come on!
Ooh,
Well,
I think it went on his leg,
let's see what the
on
lights
his
say.
foot.
3 white lights.
It's a record, it's 3 white lights.
Holder.
And he seems to be okay.
Holder. Mykola
That could have been a nice feeling, 300 kilos bouncing onto your toes.
I mean, hopefully he's fine, but still a new world sub-junior total record and a new European deadlift record. And I think he's secured also in the first place of the 93 kilo class. It would be a very big ask for Ole Jonas Skar to try and climb up the ladder by
The bar
20
is loaded.
kilos.
Slovakia and Stiskan.
Let's
go.
third deadlifts are starting now. We have Vilkivius from Lithuania in the lead in the 83 kilo class, now chased by Golok Soka. In opening, we have Adrian Stisko from Slovakia, 195, back-to-back 7.5 kilo jump. Is that locked out enough?
Looks good.
Let's see the lights.
That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
For Slovakia. We have an attempt change coming in. So
And now the game is going to be played by all of these athletes and coaches. Attempt change coming in. It's going to be 205 for Ole Kostenyuk from Ukraine, only jumping 2.5 kilos. This wants to try and grab a podium in the 83 kilo class, is now in 4th position in the deadlifts. And in
The
total,
bar is loaded.
this won't change his deadlift positioning, but that would give him a provisional podium.
5 kilos.
That will give him a provisional podium and, to be honest, pretty much secure the third place for him. The rest of the competitors are either already above him or way behind. Smart tactical play from the team. Let's see, this is for the bronze medal overall.
And the lights all white, 3 whites.
We have Great Britain's Thomas
He's in
Hawkins
third
coming up
position.
205 kilos. We're in the third round of deadlifts, and the bar is loaded.
And
for
I agree, it's going to be a
Hawkins.
big ask for anyone to try and grab his spot on the podium. So I think Mr. Kosteniuk is well settled in that third place. Now Thomas Hawkins on the platform before 205 at 10 kilo jump.
Oh, it is quite a fight. Can he pull through? The spotters are ready to catch him.
I think this is not locked out and he knows it. But a great fight nonetheless. No lift.
That was a superb effort, and that's what I was talking about when I said once you start, you can have all the time in the world to finish the deadlift.
You still have 6
Some attempt changes are coming in.
changes to your openers.
Playing for positions. It's going to be Rex Thomas apparently from Great Britain, going from 200 to 220.
220 kilos.
This one's to try and grab a medal in the deadlift event of this class. It's a provisional silver medal with 3 more deadlifts to go in this class. And to try and grab a top 5 finish in the class.
The bar is loaded for Rex Thomas. Let's hear it for him.
So a provisional silver medal, but not a guaranteed medal. He could end up in 4th position in the deadlift event. But a guaranteed 5th position in the class. Can he lock it out?
I think he can.
Yeah, it turns out he can. 3 white lights, a provisional deadlift medal, and a top 5 finish in the 83 kilo class.
There's 2 people who will be following straight up after him, who can push him off the podium.
Yeah, we now have Rico Pal from Estonia. He's going to attempt 222.5. This is to push back the deadlift podium because that would give him a 2nd position provisionally in the deadlift event with 222.5. But that won't change his ranking. He'll still top 7 in the class.
Oh, it's a big fight. I think he locks it out. And if he does,
For Estonia.
So
that
a,
is a provisional silver medal for the Estonian.
and a guaranteed at least bronze medal with only 2 more deadlifts to follow. In the 83 kilo class, we have Jan Golok Soka is going to pull for 1st position. He has the bodyweight advantage against Domas Vilkevicius from Lithuania. He missed 235 during the 2nd round. Can he manage to recover and pull 15 more kilos that he opened with? The 17-year-old gets to decide his fate, whether or not he can pull this. It's going to be too heavy. No title for the Polish. but he still has one more year in the sub-juniors. We'll see him next year for sure. He lands in second position, and the champion is going to be Tomas Vilkevičius from Lithuania. With one last lap of honor on the platform, it's going to attempt 240 kilos. Oh, we have an attempt change coming in. Oh yeah, Thomas has bumped up his attempt, so we'll take a leap. In the 93s, it's going to be Fabien Costel from Great Britain attempting 242.5. And another attempt change just came in. Who's that for? Still Fabien Costel, but bumping it up once again. It's going to be 245. He's taking a shot at a bronze medal in the deadlift event.
And of course the Slovakians responding immediately, changing to 247.5.
Some games being played for medal.
2 more lifters to make changes.
Let's see if Fabian Costea has what it takes for the medal. Oh, it's a great effort. I think he's locked it out. There's 3 white lights provisionally in deadlift bronze, with one man who can push him out. He'll be following right after.
This is the last lifter to make changes for the next group.
This is getting interesting, Azem. Very interesting. A deadlift battle in the 93s. Jan Kovacic from Slovakia bumping up his attempt to 247.5 to try and regain his spot on the podium in the deadlift event.
Oh, and his grip just gives out.
I don't think it's going to be enough. No lift for Kovacic. So Costea gets a deadlift medal, but Kovacic stays in third position overall in the class. 3 more deadlifts to go for the 83s and 93s. We have 260 for the champion, the Lithuanian Tomas Vilkevičius, walking away 2025 European Sub-Junior Champion of the 83 kilo class. But is it going to be with 655 or 662.5? I guess it's going to be with 662.5. It's a good lift.
And it is an incredible performance from the Lithuanian.
Well done and congratulations to the champion.
Next up, we have Norway's Jonas Ole Skår, and he is
Now we have
going
back-to-back
for
very interesting
European
attempts.
record.
We have Ole Jonaskar from Norway attempting a European Sub-Junior record in the deadlift event, 303.5. I think it's going to be more a matter of grip than strength. We've seen him struggle during his opener with his grip. That second one was lightning fast, maybe some strap, or maybe just hold on, clench your teeth and keep on pulling.
Absolutely, we'll wait and see in about 15-20 seconds time when Ole Jonaskar starts pulling.
You got this. You can do it.
This is for a new European Sub-Junior record.
Kom igen, Jonas.
Secure the whole grip on the knurling.
Yes.
Destroys it. Completely destroys it.
That was smooth.
We're still waiting on one light. The flag is up. 2 flags are up. 3 flags and a new European Sub-Junior record in the deadlift event. An attempt change is coming in from the champion Mikola Udonov. He's going to attempt 304 to retake that record. The world sub-junior record is 310. He's not attempting it. He just wants his name next to the European record.
Is, pulling for a record again. He has had an amazing day so far. Some amazing lifts.
And keep in mind, he still
Very impressive.
owns
Now he's going for
the European
304 kilos
and
for
world
European
record in total, which has been added to the screen.
as well
I
as the
knew I
world
was not
total
crazy.
record and the European
So
total
this
record.
one's to retake the European sub-junior deadlift record, to increase his world total sub-junior record. 304 for the Ukrainian, the champion Mykola Odunov.
The bar
He's been stellar today. 357.5 in the squat, 190 in the bench press event, and now 304. The crowd is on their feet for that one last attempt of the 93 kilo champion Mykola Odunov. A moment of silence. You can feel the intensity in the room.
Come on, you got this.
Now let's see it. Come on! It's just a kilo more.
And no! And the grip gives up on the bar. No European sub-junior deadlift record for him, but still a new world record in total. And the crown of European champion here in Pilsen.
Straight into the next group.
What an eventful deadlift session for the 83s and the 93s.
Yeah, that was an absolute treat. We've had battles, we've had records fall, we've had unexpected
What an amazing
golden
session.
medalists, we've had fights.
And so the bronze medalist of the 83 kilo class is Ole Kostyniuk with 592.5. Vice champion with 645 in dramatic fashion, Jan Goleksoker from Poland. The champion of the 83 kilo class with 662.5 is Domas Vilkevicius. In the 93 kilo class, bronze medalist from Slovakia, Jan Kovacic, vice champion with 833.5. Ole Jonas Skar walking away with the new European deadlift record, and the champion with a new world total record of 850.5, Mykola Odunov from Ukraine.
That was an absolute treat again. And we are moving on into the final showdown of the 105, 120 and the 120 plus.
3 weight classes, 3 champions to be crowned. We have 4 athletes in the 105s. We thought that the placings were pretty well set in the 83 kilo class.
So
We are thinking the same thing for the 105s, but we might end up with a few surprises. We never know.
You never know with powerlifting.
Only 2 athletes in the 120s and 120 pluses, so if one bombs out, we might see a surprise. Otherwise, the placings are also pretty well set. And the first one to open is Romeo Blach from Romania, 170 in the under 120s. It's a good lift.
It's a good lift. Well done. Next, Great Britain, Hector Wilcox.
Next athlete is Hector Wilcox from Great Britain, 185.
Lano. The bar is loaded.
Come on. It took his time to just set up and work perfectly. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next, Drados from Romania. Opening at 202.5. The bar is loaded.
bar is loaded for Dragos Briscan from Romania, 202.5 in the 105 kilo class.
That bar had a long way up to go. But he gets the 3 white lights. And although the overall placings in the 105s seem to be pretty much determined as long as everyone makes their opening lift, we are looking at a tight battle for the podium spots in the deadlift.
It's going to be tight. Let's see what Ivan Ladu can do with 210. That looked fairly easy.
It's a good lift
The
for
right
you
lights, a
today.
good lift.
Next lifter out, Poland's Mariusz Rusek. It's gonna open at 210 kilos. The bar is loaded. Rusek will be followed by Kurmacek, Novak, and Vatnamo.
That was a bit uneven. It got me worried for his left hand, but turned out to be great.
Slightly uneven, but a very solid first attempt. Seemed fairly comfortable, so
He's looking good. 230 kilos for Jakub Podmasic from Slovakia.
The bar is loaded for Jakub from Slovakia.
The placings are pretty well decided in the 120 pluses, with Fit Novak in the lead by more than 60 kilos. But the medals in the deadlift are yet to be decided. And this is 3 white lights and only 5 kilos of separation based on their opener, so fairly doable to grab a gold medal for Podmasic in the deadlift.
well, absolutely. Novak is a much bigger guy than Podmasic, bodyweight wise, and these bigger guys sometimes have trouble on the deadlift. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, not the best leverages, but we haven't seen him struggle yet, and I'm pretty confident that the opener will be easy.
And he's also doing the deadlift raw. But that seems fairly comfortable. Let's hope he didn't skip a command.
3 white lights, a good lift. No troubles with the commands. And the last
Fairly
opener
comfortable.
in the 120s.
The bar is loaded.
It is Mr. Magnus Vatnamot Alverson opening with 240. Judging by his personal best of 290, we could expect big jumps from him if he's okay.
He's probably just playing it very, very safe to secure a total and secure the title. Absolutely looks like it. 3 white lights for the Norwegian, and everyone has a deadlift on the board.
Great sight to see. Totals are secured all across the board for the 105s, the 120 and 120 pluses. Now, who can grab the gold medal in the deadlift event for each of these weight classes is the real question.
That is to be determined.
The bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Romeo Blaj from Romania to open the second round.
185 kilos.
Not the easiest second attempt.
For Romania.
Was significantly hard
Next up,
towards the
victory
lockout.
from Great Britain.
Still
Nice,
three white lights, a good lift.
The bar is loaded. Let's hear it for Great Britain.
Bar is now loaded for Hector Wilcox from Great Britain, 192.5. It's a 7.5 kilo jump.
Let's give it some support here, guys. All the way up to lockout. And it's a good
There is
lift
another
for
3 white
Hector.
lights and another good lift.
Romania's Dragos Briscan is coming out next. Will be followed by Rusek, Lano, and Tutmanci.
Next out is Dragos Briskan from Romania,
The bar is loaded for Dragos.
attempting a
from
10 kilo
Romania.
jump for that same amount of a personal best. Oh, it's fairly hard.
That is hard work. And the bar has to travel such a long way.
Yeah, you can't lock out the hips. No lift.
No lift for Romania. Next out to the platform from Poland, Mariusz Rusek.
Yeah, unable to lock it out. But you're right, he has a very long range of motion due to his levers.
The bar is
Yeah,
loaded.
just not built to deadlift.
Great effort nonetheless.
Mariusz
Now the bar is loaded
going
for Mariusz
220
Rusek from Poland,
kilos.
220, a 5 kilo personal best attempt.
And that looks like a fairly comfortable second attempt.
3 white lights. It is a good lift.
3 white lights and a good lift.
4 lifters left in the round. Ivan Lano, Ukraine, is up next.
Yeah, no real technical breakdown on the replay. It looks very technically sound.
The bar is
Down to
loaded.
Ivan Lano from Ukraine,
For Ivan,
a 15 kilo jump from 210 to 225.
barely a struggle.
3 white lights, a good lift.
That's a good lift. Slovakia's Jakub Kuzmarczyk.
Back in the 120 pluses,
Next
we have
out of the
Jakub
platform,
Podmarsik trying to surpass.
the bar
Novak.
is loaded.
He's jumping 7.5 kilos.
Taking a jump of 7.5 kilos.
Not the easiest second attempt, but still 3 white lights, a provisional gold medal in the class,
Yeah,
with
quite,
Fit Novak to follow.
Next is
quite a bit of work towards the lockout. And if Novak gets this next one, I think he's in a great position to take the deadlift gold. And of course the overall gold.
I agree, I
Pretty
think loading 245 is going to be a big ask for Jakub. But he needs to manage that lockout around his massive quads, which is not an easy thing to do.
I think he does it fairly well.
Surely looks like it. 3 white lights, say good lifts.
There is 3 white lights, and I think Novak is well on his way to take quadruple gold on his home soil.
Going for a 260 kilo
I can
deadlift.
only agree with that take. Now the last attempt of the
The
second
bar
round.
is loaded for
It
Norway.
is for Magnus
Let's hear it.
Vatnamot Alversen from Norway. A 20 kilo jump from
Come here,
240 to
Magnus.
260. That would give him 826. The European record being 857.5. He's well in the lead. No one can surpass him. That's 3 white lights.
We're going into
Do
round
you
3
think
of
he
deadlifts.
takes a shot at the record, or is it too
Romania
far?
is kicking that off. And Romeo Blange
Well, the record's a further 32 kilos away.
going for a new
But his
personal
registered
best,
personal
25
best in the
kilos.
deadlift is 290, so why
We'll
not?
see. It could be worth taking a shot. Also depends on the GL points.
To optimize the
From what I'm
conditions.
looking at,
The bar is loaded.
he has a chance to come in overall third. But he'd have to make a pretty big jump for that. We'll see.
Yeah, best lifter of the championship so far is Mikola Odunov in the 93 kilo class, followed by Ole Jonas Skar also in the 93s, and completing the podium Maxim Fedin from the 74 kilo class. We'll see what happens. Third deadlifts are starting now with Romeo Blaj from Romania. It's not going to move.
Not today.
He stays in second position in the 120s
Well done for your
and secures
competition
multiple
today.
silver medals.
We have Great Britain and Hector Wilcox coming out next. Will be followed by Briscan and Rusek.
Next out is Hector Wilcox from Great Britain.
Hector is
A 5 kilo
attempting
jump from 192 to 197.5. He will stay
Is loaded.
in fourth position in the deadlift. And this wants to increase the gap in between his second position and his hunter in third, Rusek.
If he makes it, he's very, very comfortable in second position. Even if he doesn't, it's still pretty much decided, but again, a lot can happen.
He had it, he knew he had it.
And I think that's a very appropriately
Three
selected
white
third attempt. 3 white lights and a good lift.
Well done.
I think you're right, it secures the vice champion title with this one.
Of Romania.
That gave him 650.
He has
Marius
tried his
Rusek
weight
is
in
standing
the
on
second attempt and failed it,
607.5
so let's help him
at
in
the
another
moment.
third
That's
attempt
too far. That is
with
way
a
too
big
far.
finish for today.
Dragos Priskan from Romania obtains 212.5 after missing it during the second round.
212.5
He has
kilos.
guaranteed bronze medal in the deadlift event.
10 kilos.
He's too far off the
His
podium
personal best.
in terms of final placings. So this one's just a battle against himself.
Come on, you got it, bring it up.
See if he can get it this time. Again, gets stuck at the knees
What a fight.
and can't quite
Very
finish
good
the
attempt
lift.
for Romania.
Still walking home
25
with a
meters to
deadlift
go.
medal.
We have Marius of Poland coming out next to attempt 230 kilos, 10 kilos above his personal best.
Coming up next, we have Marius Rusek to attempt 230 kilos. That's a fairly comfortable 10 kilo jump, judging by his second. This wants to grab provisional gold medal in the class in the deadlift event. He's well secured in the third position overall.
Bar is loaded.
Bar is
for
loaded.
Poland. Come on.
Let's see it. That might be a gold medal on the line.
And he finishes it strong. 3 white lights, a good lift, and he is in provisional deadlift gold.
But the immediate answer of Ivan Lano to follow to see who gets to walk away with the deadlift gold for the 105s.
The bar is loaded.
Bar is already loaded for the Ukrainian. It's a smaller jump, 7.5 kilos, but that would be a 2.5 kilo personal best
Place here.
for the 17-year-old. He already has squat gold, bench silver. Why not deadlift gold? He's going to be crowned champion of the 105 kilo class here in Pilsen. And he gets to decide whether he wants silver or gold in the deadlift.
Oh, and that is going to be a big fight, but no!
It's going to be a silver medal in the deadlift event, but he still walks away champion of the 105 kilo class.
From Slovakia is coming
And we
up
have
next.
3 lifts to go.
2 in the 120 pluses, 1 in the 120s. We have Jakub Podmarsik attempting 245.
The bar.
This wants to try and grab the gold medal out of the hands of Vit Novak.
And we have 245 kilos on this bar. Come on, all the way up.
It's going to be difficult. I think this one's going to get ruled supporting on the thighs.
And unfortunately, you were right. It is 3 blue lights. A very much valiant effort nonetheless.
Two lifters
So a silver medal in all events and in the class for Mr. Podmarsik.
going for 255 kilos.
His opponent now to walk on the platform to attempt 255. He takes gold in the squat, gold in the bench, gold in the deadlift. He gets to decide whether he wants 767.5 or 777.5 in terms of total. But Vit Novak, the Czechian, is the champion. One last bull to represent Czechia on home soil, Vit Novak. Finally a slight bit of struggle from him, but not that much. 3 white lights, a good lift, and 77.5.
That is a great performance from Novak.
Last but not least, we have Norway's Magnus Halvorsen. Vatnamo is coming out to finish big with
I won't give him a placings in terms of best lifters overall, but still 777.5 kilo total is not too shabby. And one last pull for this flight, Magnus Vatnamo Alversen from Norway. He collected a world sub-junior record in the squat with 366. He benched 200 kilos. He's attempting 277.5 to close out his composition with 843.5.
And that is what's gonna give him the 3rd place overall.
Is that locked out enough on the right side? It begs the question.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, just too heavy. Could not lock it out properly, and that's gonna wrap up the session.
That is a terrible ending for him. He could have been looking at a final placings on the podium in terms of best lifters. But walking away with deadlift gold in the 105 is Mariusz Rudzek from Poland. In the 120 is still Magnus Vatnamo Alversen from Norway with 260. And in the 120 pluses with 255 is Vit Novak from Czechia. The podiums in the 105, bronze medalist from Poland, Mariusz Rudzek with 617.5, vice champion from Great Britain, Hector Wilcox with 650, and the champion from Ukraine, Ivan Lano, standing on 675. In the 120, only 2 athletes, vice champion from Romania, Romeo Blaj, 587.5, the champion Magnus Vatnamo Alversen from Norway, 826, In the 120 pluses, also only two athletes, vice champion Jakub Podmasek with 682.5 and the champion from Czechia Vit Novak with 777.5. That was an eventful session. We've had some great champions crowned. Final placings in terms of best lifters. Third of all, Maxim Fedin. Second position, Ole Jonaskar. And the best lifter of all for the sub-junior men, Mykola Odunov from Ukraine. Medal ceremony in just a few seconds, and we'll see you later on in the afternoon at 2:30 for the start of the junior championship. See you then.
A big round of applause as they follow the technical controller out on the platform. You guys have done an amazing job today. Some very impressive lifting. You had a big day. Guys, they will receive their participation medals from Javier, and then we will do the medals for the different lifts as well as the podium. give them a big round of applause, guys. The 83s and 93s sub-juniors. We are gonna start with the squat medals. In squat bronze, we have Ole Kostenyuk from Ukraine. A 240 kilo squat, gave me that. In silver, Lithuania's Domas Vilkevičius, 255 kilo squat. And squat gold goes to Poland's Jan Gawlak, 255 kilo squat. Is he not present? Jan Gawlak, Poland, come to the platform. Is anyone from the Polish team that can... Okay, we are moving on now to the bench. Oh, here he is. Comes running in. No? There he is. So, bench press medals. Bronze for bench goes to Ole Kostenyuk, Ukraine. 147.5. Silver for bench, Adrian Stiskal, Slovakia. 167.5. And bench press gold goes to Jan Gawlak of Poland, now present on the stage. 170 kilo bench. Now we give them a moment to get a nice picture taken. Thank you very much, guys. Well done. Deadlift medals from Great Britain, Rex Thomas in bronze. 220 kilo deadlift. Deadlift silver from Estonia, Riku Pal. 222.5 kilos. And deadlift gold goes to Lithuania's Domas Vilkevičius. 260 kilos. Thank you very much. Well done. Now for the totals. In bronze, with a 592.5 kilo total, we have Ukraine's Ole Kostenyuk. In silver, with a 645 kilo total, Poland's Jan Gawlak. And the European champion in equipped sub-juniors from Lithuania, with a 662.5 kilo total, Domas Vilkevičius. Congratulations, well done. Please, everybody stand up for the national anthem of Lithuania. Well done and congratulations. We are moving on to the 93 kilo category. And the squat medals. In squat bronze from Slovakia, Jan Kovacic, 220 kilo squat. In squat silver from Norway, Jonas Ole Skår and 330 kilo squat. And in squat gold from Ukraine, Mykola Hudonov, 357.5 kilos. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. We're moving on to the bench medals. Bench bronze from Slovakia, Jan Kovacic with a 167.5 kilo bench. Bench silver from Ukraine, Mykola Hudonov, 190 kilos. And bench gold goes to Norway and Jonas Ole Skår, 200 kilo bench. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Moving on to the deadlift medals. In deadlift bronze from Great Britain, Fabian Costea, 245 kilos. Deadlift silver from Ukraine, Mykola Hudonov, 303 kilos. And deadlift gold from Norway, Jonas Ole Skår, 303.5 kilo deadlift. Thank you very much, guys. For the total medals, we have in bronze from Slovakia, Jan Kovacic with a 615 kilo total. In silver from Norway, Jonas Ole Skår and 833.5 kilo total. And the European champion in the 93 kilo class is from Ukraine, Mykola Hudonov, with an 850.5 kilo total. Please, everybody stand up for the national anthem of Ukraine. Amazing job, guys. Congratulations and well done. Let's give this gang a big round of applause as they will follow the technical controller out again. And we will start with the ceremony for the next group. Or wait, are we gonna do the best lifters? Okay, sorry, my bad. We do the next group first. So the 83s and 93s. Do we currently have all the 105? Yeah, they're all there. Fantastic. We will bring in the 105, 120 and plus 120 again on the stage. So all the guys from categories 105, 120 and 120 plus will come in on the platform again and we'll do your medal ceremony. We should have 8 lifters up on the stage now for 105, 120 and 120 plus. You can follow the technical controller in and we give them a big round of applause. And we will go straight to the medals, starting with the squat medals. In squat bronze from Poland, Mariusz Rusek with a 252.5 kilo squat. This is for the -105 class. In squat bronze from Great Britain, Hector Wilcox, 265 kilo squat. And in squat gold from Ukraine, Ivan Lano, 290 kilo. Thank you very much, guys. Well done. For bench press, we have in bench bronze from Poland, Mariusz Rusek, to 135 kilo. Bench silver goes to Ukraine and Ivan Lano, 160 kilo. Bench gold, Great Britain and Hector Wilcox with a 187.5 kilo bench. Well done, guys, amazing job. We're moving on to the deadlift medals. In deadlift bronze, from Romania, Dragos Briscan, 202.5 kilo deadlift. Deadlift silver from Ukraine, Ivan Lano, 225 kilos. And deadlift gold to Poland's Mariusz Rusek, 230 kilo. Thank you very much, guys. Well done. For the total podium, in bronze, from Poland, Mariusz Rusek with a 617.5 kilo total. In bronze, from Great Britain, Hector Wilcox with a 650 kilo total. And the European champion in the -105 category from Ukraine, Ivan Lano with a 675 kilo total. Please all stand up for the national anthem of Ukraine. Well done, congratulations. We are moving on to the 120 category. So, 4 squat medals from Romania. Romeo Blage, 250 kilo squat. Sorry, silver. And squat gold to Norway's Magnus Halvarsson Vatnamot with a 366 record-breaking squat. You guys can actually stay where you are on this podium for the next set of medals. For bench press, silver, Romeo Blage, Romania, 152.5. And Magnus from Norway gets gold for his 200 kilo bench. And deadlifts, in silver, Romania's Romeo Blage with 185 kilo deadlift. Deadlift gold goes to Norway and Magnus Halvarsson Vatnamot and 260 kilo deadlift. And the total medals, silver goes to Romania's Romeo Blage with a total of 587.5 kilos. And gold goes to Norway and Magnus Halvarsson Vatnamot with 826 kilo total. Well done, gentlemen. May we all stand up for the national anthem of Norway. Well done, congratulations guys. We're moving on to the 120 plus category and the squat medals. In silver, from Slovakia, Jakub Podmarczyk, 285 kilo squat. In squat gold, from Czechia, Vít Novak, and 302.5 kilo squat. Well done, guys. You can also stay where you are for the following medals. For bench press, silver, Slovakia, Jakub Podmarczyk, and a 160 kilo bench. And gold, Vít Novak, Czechia, 220 kilo bench press. And for deadlift, deadlift medals, Slovakia in silver with Jakub Podmarczyk and 237.5 kilos. And deadlift gold, Czechia's Vít Novak, 255 kilos. And for the total podium, in silver with a 682.5 kilo total, Jakub Podmarczyk from Slovakia. And the European champion in the 120 plus category from Czechia, Vít Novak with a 777.5 kilo total. Everybody please stand up for the national anthem of Czechia. Well done, guys. You have done amazing today. Stay tuned now for the best lifters and team announcements. So for the sub-junior men, third best lifter, this is based on good lift points, by the way, from Ukraine.